guys, welcome back to my channel, Creative Hands by Shay. So in today's tutorial I will be showing you how to make this cute beret. So this is the top of the hat here, and this is the inner part. So I will be showing you step by step how to complete this cute piece here. This hat is great for fall or summertime. So it is basically easy to make. It doesn't take long. You can do this up in an hour. So if you are a beginner crocheter, probably it will take you a longer time, but if you are more advanced, it should take you about an hour or an hour and a half to make. So guys, you will not need a lot of materials. All you need is some yarn. I will be using this leftover golden wheat yarn that I have here. And for this one, I actually use the Red Heart brand, and the color is Spice. So it's like a cinnamon kind of color. You will need a 4.5mm crochet hook, scissors, and also your darning needle. So guys, let's jump in the video. So guys, to begin, we will start off by making a magic ring. So you can make your magic ring however you feel comfortable. This is just the way how I make mine. I wrap it around my fingers, insert my hook, and pull up a loop. Now I am going to go ahead and chain up 3. And this chain 3 here is going to count as my first double crochet. You're going to yarn over, go back into the ring, and make another double crochet. You're going to chain 1, and you're going to repeat the same thing. You're going to put 2 double crochet. That's 1 and 2. And then you're going to chain 1. So you're going to do a total of 8 of these sets of 2s. So you should have a total of 8 at the end. Make sure that you are putting your chain 1 in between. So I'm going to continue doing this, and I'll see you at the end. So guys, now I have come to the end here of making my 8 clusters of 2. Now I'm going to chain my 1 and slip stitch into our first double crochet, which is our chain up 3. Now that you have done so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this part open for now because I want to be able to see my chain 1 space, and then I will tug on the string or the tail end to close that part up. Now you're going to go ahead and chain up 3, and this chain 3 counts as our first double crochet. You're going to yarn over, and where we just did our slip stitch, you are going to go back into that same stitch on top of that chain 3 and make 2 more double crochets. You're going to chain 1, go into the next space, and make 3 double crochet. Chain 1 and repeat all the way around, and I'll see you at the end. There it is. So I'll see you there. So guys, and now I have come to the end here, and we are going to chain 1. So we're not going to work into this space here. So what we're going to do now is we are going to slip stitch into our first double crochet. You're going to chain up 1, 2, and 3. And before we start row 3, we're just going to pull on our tail end to close that middle part up. So now moving on, we are going to put 2 double crochet here. Sorry, let me just rephrase that. So our chain up 3 here is our first double crochet, and then the second one here is the increase. So now you're going to yarn over, going to the next stitch, and you're going to put 1 double crochet into the last stitch on this cluster of 3. You're going to put 2 double crochet. So we will be increasing. So we have a total of 5 now. You're going to chain 1, go into our next cluster of 3 here, into that first stitch. You're going to put 2 double crochet. Go into the next stitch, 1 double crochet. Into the last stitch on this cluster of 3, you're going to put 2 double crochet. 1 and 2, chain 1 and repeat the same thing, going into that first double crochet, making 2 double crochet on top of that one, then 1 double crochet, and then 2 double crochet in that same stitch. So there, so on each end we have 2 double crochets, so that equals to 5. So you're going to continue doing that right around. Remember to chain your 1 in between, and I'll meet you at the end. So guys, now I have come to the end of row 3, and make sure that you check your row to make sure that you have, in each cluster you have 2 double crochet in each stitch starting and ending for each cluster. I hope I don't confuse you in saying that, but making sure that you are having 5 stitches in total here. So now I'm going to chain my 1 and slip stitch on top of our first double crochet, which is our chain up 3. You are going to chain 3, and remember again, chain 3 counts as our first double crochet. You're going to yarn over, go back into that same stitch that you did your slip stitch, and make 1 double crochet. You're going to go into the next stitch. Make sure that you're not missing this stitch. It is very important that you don't miss your stitches. And you're going to make 1 double crochet. You're going to make 1 double crochet into the next stitch, and 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Into the end one here, you're going to put 2 double crochets. So you're basically repeating what you did in row 3. But for row 5, you should have a total of 2, 4, 6, and 7. So 7 stitches you should have for this cluster. You're going to chain 1, go into the next, and put 2 double crochet. So 2 double crochet on top of that double crochet, and then regular double crochet in each stitches until you get to the end. So now I'm at the last one here. I am going to put 2 double crochet. 1 and 2. Chain 1, repeat this all the way around, and I'll see you at the end. So guys, now I have come to the end of row 4. Moving on to row 5, I'm going to chain my 1, slip stitch on top of my first double crochet. And for row 5, you're basically just going to repeat the same step that you just did. Chaining up your 3, go back into that same stitch and make 1 double crochet. And then 1 double crochet in the next. Continue doing a 1 double crochet until you get to the last stitch. So now I'm at the last stitch here. You're going to put 2 double crochet. 1, 2. So for this cluster, we are having a total of 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9. So for row 5, you should have a total of 9 for this, well, not cluster, but for this increase. So chain 1, going to the next, and make 2 double crochet. Then 1 double crochet in each of the other stitches. And now I am at the last one here before my chain 1 space. You are going to put 2 double crochet there. Continue doing that, and I will see you at the end of row 5. As I stated, row 5, you're just basically repeating the same thing that you did here in row 4. And remember to chain your 1 in between. I will see you at the end. So guys, and now I have come to the end of row 5. I'm just going to make my last chain 1 there, and slip stitch on top of our first double crochet. And for row 6, it's going to be a lot different from row 5. So you're going to chain up 1, 2, 3, and that is going to count as our first double crochet as usual. And then instead of going into that stitch this time, you will be going into the next stitch. So you're going to make 7 double crochets. So starting from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now you're going to chain 2, 1, 2. You're going to go into this chain 1 space here, and you're going to put 2 double crochets. So 1 and 2. You are going to chain 1, 2. Once you chain your 2 there, you are going to skip this first stitch into this space here. You're going to skip this first one, go into the next, and you're going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You are going to chain 2. So you have 1 stitch remaining. You're going to chain 2 and go over that. You're going to go into the chain 1 space, and you are going to put 2 double crochets. Chain up 2, skip the first stitch, go into the next, and make 1 double crochet, and continue making double crochets until you get to 7 double crochets. Now we have 1 remaining, so we have our 7. You're going to chain up 2 and just repeat the same step, making 2 double crochet into the chain 1 space, chain 2, skip 1, and start it all over again. So repeat the same step as we did before. So you're going to repeat it. You're going to be repeating from this side here. So the reason why we have 2 here is because we did not skip 1. We couldn't skip 1 here, so we had to put the skip the 2 here. So you're going to continue doing that right around. Remember, you're skipping 1 here and 1 here for each of these. I don't know what to call them, but for each of them. You're just going to repeat the same thing all the way around, and I'll see you at the end. So guys, now I have come to the end of row 6. This is what it looks like so far. So we're going to do our last set of 2 double crochet into the chain 1 space here. So that's 1 and 2. You're going to chain 2 and then slip stitch into our first double crochet. So now that we have done so, we're going to chain up 3. That's our first double crochet. We are going to yarn over, and we're going to go into the next stitch, and we're going to make 1 double crochet, and you're going to continue making 1 double crochet until you have 2 double crochet remaining for this row, for this petal. So it's actually a flower, so yes, it's a petal. So now we have 2 stitches here remaining. We are going to chain up 2, skip those 2 stitches, go into that chain 2 space, and we're going to put 2 double crochet. You're going to chain up 2, go into the next chain 2 space, and make 2 double crochets. If you think I'm going too fast, you can always slow down the video, and that should help you out. I'm sorry if you think I'm going too fast. So now what you are going to do is you are going to chain 2 as usual. You're going to skip 1, going to the next, and you're going to continue making double crochets into this petal until you have 1 stitch left. So here I have 1 stitch left. I'm going to chain up 2, go into my next space here, my chain 2 space, and put 2 double crochet there. Chain up 2, go into the next chain 2 space, and repeat the same thing. Chain 2, skip 1, go into the next, continue making double crochets until you have 1 remaining in this petal. You're going to chain up 2, go into this one, and repeat the same thing. So you can always rewind the video also if you don't remember what to do, and continue doing that same thing all the way around, and I'll see you at the end. So guys, now I am at almost the end of row 7 here, and I have my chain up 2, and I'm going to put my last cluster of 2 here. Chain 2 and slip stitch. So that is what it looks like so far. So now moving on to row 8, you're going to chain up 1, 2, and 3. You are going to go into your next stitch and make 1, 2 double crochets. So for this petal here, you're going to have 3 double crochet. You're going to chain up 2, you're going to skip 2, and put 2 double crochet into our chain 2 space. Chain up 2, go into our next chain 2 space and make 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Chain up 2 again, go into our next chain 2 space and make 2 double crochets. So now we are at our next petal. We are going to chain 2, skip 1, and make 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. You're going to skip this one, chain up 2, go into the next chain 2 space and make a cluster of 2 double crochets. Chain up 2, repeat the same thing into the next space. Chain up 2 again, and repeat the cluster of 2 double crochets into the next chain 2 space. So now you're going to start another petal. So you're going to repeat the same thing. You're going to chain up 2, skip 1, go into the next and make 1 double crochet there, 2 double crochet into the next stitch. Sorry, I'm saying 2 double crochet in the next stitch. Sorry about that, guys. So it's 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then 1 double crochet. So for row 8, the petals will have only 3 double crochets. You're going to chain up 2 and repeat the same thing all the way around. So there it is. So I'm not even going to talk about the beginning part. So you're just going to repeat the same thing that we did here. After you do your cluster of double crochet here and chain 2, you're going to skip 1, make 3 double crochets, do your chain up 2, make your cluster, continue making clusters till you get to the next petal. You will chain 2, skip 1, make 3 double crochets here, skip 1, and repeat the same steps all the way around. There it is. So I'll see you there. So guys, and now I have come to the end here of row 8, and this is what it looks like. So we are almost at the end. Well, technically we're going at the end now of finishing off the petals. So we are going to slip stitch. So make sure that you chain your 2 and slip stitch to finish off row 8. You're going to chain up 1, 2, and 3, and that is our first double crochet, and we will not work into these 2. we will however chain 1 and 2, so that extra 2 chains will cover for these two, and then we will yarn over and go into our chain 2 space and make a cluster of 2. So there it is. You are going to chain up 2, go into the next cluster, 1 and 2, chain up 2, go into the next cluster, make your 2 double crochet, chain up 2, go into the next, make your 2 double crochets. So there it is. That's what it should look like. And then starting on your next petal, what you will do is you will chain up 2 as usual, and for this one here we will yarn over, go into the middle double crochet and make 1 double crochet on top, and that will finish off the petal. You will chain up 2, repeat the same thing, making your clusters of 2 double crochets in each chain 2 space. Once you get to the next petal, you will repeat the same thing that we did here, making 1 double crochet into the middle double crochet here. So I am just going to continue doing that all the way around until I get to the end, and I will meet you back there. So guys, we have now come to the end of making our petals here, and you can see that nice design. And now what we're going to do is we are going to make sure that you chain your 2 here, and you are going to slip stitch on top of your first double crochet. So I'm just going to count 1 2 3 and slip stitch there. So now that we have finished the top of the hat, we are now going to work on the body part. So now you're going to chain up 3, you're going to yarn over, and you're going to go into that chain 2 space, and you're going to put 1 double crochet there. You're going to chain up 2, you're going to go into the next space, and you're going to make 1 double crochet. And in each and every space around, you will be putting a cluster of 2 double crochets and then chain 2. So 2 double crochets, chain 2. So continue doing that all the way around, and I'll see you at the end. There it is. So all the way around. So guys, and now I reached to the end here, and I'm just going to chain my 2 and slip stitch. We're going to chain up 1 2 and 3, and we are going to chain 2 more, 1 and 2, and we're going to go into this space here, and make our double crochet, and we're going to continue repeating the same exact thing that we just did in the previous row. So continue doing your chain 2 double crochet in the chain 2 space, doing that all the way around, and I'll see you at the end. So guys, and now I have come to the end of row 11 here, and I have my chain up 2, and I'm going to slip stitch on top of my first double crochet. I'm going to chain up 3, and you should notice that your work is curling in nicely. So now you are going to start row 12, chain up your 3, and then you're going to put 1 double crochet there. You're going to chain 1. So for row 12 we will be doing the crease, so we're instead of chaining 2, we're going to chain 1, and you're going to repeat that all the way around, making 2 double crochet and chain 1 into each chain 2 space, chain 1 and another, and repeat the same steps all the way around, and I'll see you at the end. So guys, now I have come to the end of row 12, and I am not going to make a chain 1 here. Instead of doing that, I am just going to go ahead and slip stitch into our chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. So on top of that chain 3, you're going to slip stitch there. So now that you have done so, you're going to chain up 1, 2, and 3. And you are going to go into this chain 1 space here, and you're going to put 2 double crochet. So for row 13 you will not do any chain 1, you will only do 2 double crochet in each chain 1 space. So I have that one there. Just gonna skip over, going to this space here, and make our cluster. So remember, you're not doing any chain 1 space, you're just working into the chain 1 space, but you're not going to chain 1, and that will bring your hat together. We're decreasing, so that's the reason why we are not doing any chain 1. So continue doing that all the way around, and I'll see you at the end. So guys, now I have come to the end of row 13, and I am just going to go ahead and slip stitch into our chain 3 here. And that completes row 13, and this is what the hat looks like so far. So from row 14 to 16, you will do 1 double crochet in each and every stitch around, and you will chain up 1, 2, and 3, and you will go into the next stitch and make 1 double crochet. So again, from row 14 to 16, you will do 1 double crochet in each and every stitch. Once you get to the end, you will slip stitch, chain up 3, and continue doing the same thing. So I'll see you at the end of row 16. So guys, and now I have come to the end of row 16 here, and I have my last stitch remaining, and I'm gonna slip stitch on top of my chain 2, sorry, my chain up 3. We're gonna chain 1 and 2, and for this round what we will do is we will be making front post and back post double crochets. So you will yarn over, go into this first stitch and make a front post double crochet, go into the next, make another front post double crochet. You're going to yarn over, go into the back and make a back post double crochet. So the sequence for row 17 is 2 front posts double crochet, and then you will do 2 back posts. You will continue doing that right around until you get to the end, and I'll meet you back there. So we're basically going to do 2 rows, so we will stop in at row 18. So continue doing this, 2 front posts, and then then 2 back posts, and then 2 front posts. Repeat that right around, and I'll see you at the end. So guys, and now I have come to the end here of row 17, and I have my last back post to make, so we will finish off with making 2 back posts. And now you're going to slip stitch on top of our first front post there, chain up 2, yarn over, and where we have our front post we will continue to make front posts. So make 2 front posts there, and where we have our back post we will make a back post. So you will basically continue to do the same thing right around, making front post where you have front post and back post where you have a back post. So you're going to continue doing this until you get to the end, and I will meet you there where we will finish off our hat. So guys, now I have come to the end and I made my last 2 back post double crochets there. And instead of doing a slip stitch, what we're going to do is we're going to fasten off and pull through. And just to get that nice clean finish, we are going to weave in our tail end a bit differently. If you have watched some of my other videos where whenever I'm finishing off, I normally do it like this. So I will insert my needle into both loops onto this side here, pull through, and then in the back loop of this stitch here, so we will go in and downward, and then you'll pull through and make sure that your stitch is matching up to the same size as the other ones. Once you have done so, then you're going to go ahead and weave your tail end in. So what I like to do is to go from this side to the next side and kind of close that little gap up, and basically put my needle wherever just to weave it in and give it that nice clean finish. Okay, now I can fasten off, and our hat is now completed. It is looking super cute. So this is what it looks like on the inner part, and this is what it looks like on the top of the hat. So it's looking super cute. This part will be nice and stretchy for the brim of your head, or to go over your head. So you can go ahead and weave this tail end in later on. I can weave that in later on, but basically the hat is now completed. So guys, if you love this tutorial and you love the way how this hat turned out, please do give this video a thumbs up, comment, tell me what you think. And if you're new to my channel, welcome, and I hope that you will love what you see and you will stay here with me. For more information about the hat, I will put that in the description box so you can check that out. So again, you don't need a lot of materials to make this hat. This is what I have left back, and this was actually leftover yarn that I used. So you can probably get from one of these skein, I think they comes with about 300 and something yards. So I think you can probably get about 3 hats out of a skein. So again, you don't need a lot of yarn. So guys, thanks again for watching. Until next time, bye.